and viewers. My name is Chantal Camarillo, and I am one of the hosts for today. And I'm joined by two of my amazing comadres, amigas, friends, co-founders, Vanessa Montanez and Rosario Lawrence. And truth be told, we're all three in the mortgage industry. And all put together, we probably have several decades under our belt, so let's not date ourselves. But LeadHER Talks came about from this pandemic, right? And kind of all brainstormed and said, hey, how can we bring some relevance, some happiness, some method of educating, enriching, and empowering our leaders, our women, and those that support women in today's virtual environment. And so that's how we came about with LeadHER Talks. And truth be told, last week we discussed about our 2021 LeadHER Challenge. And there was a few options, if you all recall. There was the Educate, there was the Enrich, and the Empowerment Challenge. And so when we all came together talking about this challenge, truth be told, it's no different than like a New Year's resolution. But the key difference is we're kind of all in it together, right? And so with that, if you may, Rosario, showcase our actual, commitment to the 2021, our pledge. And so if you recall, our presentation did showcase what would be our pledge. And that pledge would be, again, it's all about baby steps. You can either have selected the Educate or the Enrich or the Empowerment Challenge. And we peppered some information in our presentation that, again, there's no specific challenge. It's whatever really calls to your heart, right? So you could see Vanessa, this is her challenge here that she'll, talk about shortly. Then we've got the next challenge. If you can, scroll to the next for Rosario. But really, you need to put your name and your commitment to what you're going to hone in on for 2021. And here's mine as well. And so what I will say is, part of the challenge that we are presenting to you specifically, each and every one of us that we've committed to LeadHER Talks 2021 Challenge, we're also encouraging our viewership who wants to participate in this to obtain a passion planner. And Vanessa, can you show the passion planner? If there's one word that can sum up passion planner for me personally, it's all about reflection, okay? And what were you able to learn about that given day, that given moment? And to me, when I actually viewed this, because we actually recently just hosted our own little business planning mastermind, gathering between me and my amazing comadres, was around the passion planner. And it just spoke to me because of just what you're going to reflect on that given day. And so here, as you can see, we're showcasing the passion planner. It's also available on Amazon. I'm actually new to the passion planner, and I'm a novice, basically beginner, and again, it called to me because it's very different than most planners that I've seen out there in that market, right? Rosario, coincidentally enough, she's been an avid passion planner, I would say user guru for 8.5 years or so, since the inception of the passion planner. And so if I may, let me just kick it off to Rosario. Rosario, tell us why our viewers should consider incorporating the passion planner, as we are going to incorporate the passion planner for 2021. That's our commitment to utilize this planner moving forward. But tell us why you would encourage our viewerships to incorporate this as they commit to the 2021 challenge, and why is it that you're in love with it, as you've been using it consistently, both personally and professionally?
Thank you, Chantal. So the Passion Planner, and I will disclose really quick, we are not sponsored. We would love to be sponsored by the Passion Planner, but we are not sponsored by the Passion Planner. But why I absolutely love this particular planner is for various reasons, but the key, you hit it, is reflection. And it really helps you monthly to reflect back on what did I accomplish, what, what I call the wows and yikes, what went well, what didn't go well, where can I shift gears, where can we implement new changes, and where can I then get back on track? Because one of the things with our challenge is that life happens. We have all the great intent to do amazing things at the beginning of the year or at the beginning of a goal. And sometimes, we get a little sidetracked. And the Passion Planner really helps you reflect on what did I accomplish on a daily basis. So I'm a big fan of the daily Passion Planner. You don't have to start on January 1st, like today. You can start at any given time. And they basically offer it in a 4-month increment per se. So you can start today or February or March, and you go forward 4 months forward, and you can reflect upon it every 30 days. So I love it because on the daily task page or your day, it does go into your daily focus. What is your focus of the day? What is a game changer goal? So if you're participating in our challenge or any other personal goal, what are you working on? What personally are you working on? And then what is your professional life like? What is your professional goal? Are you looking to expand your business in a specific area? For those of you that are in mortgage, am I looking to hit so many applications today or so many touches with my customers? Whatever it may be. But why I really do love it is because it is aligned with our challenge. It also talks about self-maintenance. What did I work on for me today to take care of myself? So if you look at our challenge, it is around also self-care, lifestyle, empowerment. And empowerment could mean, like you saw my challenge and commitment is walking. So why? Hey, that's what it means to me. So we all have our own unique little things or meaningfulness to whatever it is going forward into the next year. So that's why I absolutely love it, and I hope that you guys can look into it. And again, just so we're clear, we are not sponsored by Passion Planner. However, by all means, if you sponsor us, please do. I've been a part of this since the beginning. It was I believe she was in college when she, right out of college, created this. And my the name is not in my head right now, but we will go ahead and link it here, and we will tag her on our episode because she's an amazing young woman and a lead her in her own right in the journaling and planner arena. So we will
Rosario, her name is Angelina Trinidad.
Thank you, Vanessa. It's Angelina Trinidad.
And I love it.
I don't want to say yet, but I believe she was a UCLA grad. So, Andale. So there you go. We will tag her. We will tag UCLA. So they're proud of their alumni, the things they're accomplishing, but I'm definitely a fan.
And Rosario, if I may, just real quickly, you guys, it could be a digital version. I kind of researched it. I would say, like Vanessa, myself, we're old school. We like to write things down for, whatever. I would say just for it to be ingrained in our brain, writing has far more impact in the way that I approach my goals, my daily tasks. And again, everyone's a little different. And so for those that are savvy and tech savvy, there's a digital version of it as well. And I believe there's also a 10% discount. We are encouraging the daily one. That's the one that I actually purchased through Amazon. So just FYI, people, there's also Amazon as an option. So just putting it out there for our viewership, just to consider all options as you guys start researching which one is a little bit more budget friendly for each and every one of you. Okay, there's some options out there.
Yes. And absolutely, I think you bring up a good point also, which one works out for everybody. But I'm a big believer when it comes to planners and when it comes to what we call CRM tools in our industry, which are like customer, books of business. Is basically use the one that you're actually going to use, right? If you don't use it, you could have the most awesome planner. You could deck it all out. You could put all the stickers in it and all the pretty writing you see online, but ultimately it really comes down to what you're going to use, what you're going to implement, and what will be measurable, and that you can have that honest look back and say, hey, I didn't hit the goal, But guess what? Your LeadHERs here are telling you it's okay to not hit that goal. And just say, hey, what am I going to do to then look forward and do my best to implement it going forward? And that's the biggest takeaway I hope you guys can take away out of our challenge. And also like talking about Passion Planner, because that's truly what this does. It gives you the opportunity to customize your goals, measure them, chunk them down, and then, okay, how am I going to implement them? And when we don't hit them, it's all right. We could start all over again. So with that, Vanessa, let's get into our 3 pillars: enrich, educate, enrich, and empower. So let's talk about our education challenge.
Hello, viewers. Hello, leaders, and Happy New Year's. I am so excited to be done with 2020, closing that chapter in my life and opening a brand new chapter of 2021. So with that, ladies, my personal pillar, my personal commitment is educate, among others. But what's awesome is we're going to have the author on the 25th of February from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. She's going to be here. And the book that we're showing, let me go ahead and share my screen. One second here. All right, ladies. So this is Nice Girls Still Don't Get the Corner Office, Unconscious Mistakes Women Make That Sabotage Their careers. Now, it is written by Dr. Lois Frankel. She's actually from here in Pasadena. She's written, I want to say, over 12 books already. She's one of the New York bestsellers. This book was written before Lehman, before Sheryl Sandberg. But with Dr. Frankel, it's awesome because she's updated this version. So there's actually not just 101, but 130 ways that we personally sabotage ourselves. It might be by avoiding office politics. It might be by multitasking too many tasks and just sticking to one task at hand. Also, we might be failing to negotiate what we're really worth. Sometimes we have to, raise our hand and say, you know what, no, I'm worth this much. I'm not going to take this amount of money. But it's just a great read. And we have the fortune that she's actually going to be on our virtual Zoom talk. So we're inviting everyone to this challenge, which is awesome.
I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to see how many of those 130 I end up checking off. Like, okay, am I guilty of this?
Exactly. So a little bit about Dr. Lois Frankel. She is somebody that I respect and admire. She's actually a mentor of mine. I'm my subject matter expert while I was doing my dissertation at the university, getting my degree in executive leadership. But she's also the president of Corporate Coaching International and is a best-selling author, the executive coach, and internationally recognized speaker. She's been in several shows such as the Larry King Live, Travis Smiley Show, The Today Show, MSNBC, CNBC, PBS, and she's also a New York Times bestseller. So she's very well known in the industry. She's just one of those powerhouse dynamite ladies, and she's so humble and so eloquent that she pays it forward. She actually has 2 nonprofits that she's really proud to be part of, and she's the founder of. So she'll tell us a little bit more about that on February 22nd. So that's one of my things. I'm going to read all 6 books, get a little bit more technically up to date with using more YouTube or getting more in touch with technology now that we live in this kind of virtual world, which has been great. Because I tell everybody I'm a reborn millennial. Now, thanks to the pandemic, I've learned how to utilize, really be more comfortable in my own skin virtually. So that's one of my educate challenges. Then my next one will be empower. So when I eat mindfully, and what I mean by eat mindfully, maybe by broiling or baking more and using less fried foods, because God knows everything kind of tastes better when it's fried. Even like fried chicken tastes better when it's fried. But I'm really going to try to eat mindfully with the bake, the broil, grilling, and yes, less oil. And if I am going to use oil, it's going to be like EVO, right? Extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to be really mindful of that. I'm going to be drinking smartly. And what I mean by that is drinking more water, because God knows I'm going to be drinking more water and seltzer water. So that is really kind of like a water with a perk to it, more pep in my step. So that's going to be what I'm going to commit to. And also drinking less alcohol. because that's something that I know that I need to give up a little bit more. I'm getting personal, so I'm only going to do it on special occasions. So watch out. That's going to be my also with eating mindfully and drinking less and being mindful of what I'm drinking, like a lot more water. Guess what? I'm probably going to be losing some weight. So watch out. Here we come. I'm going to do a weigh it and see what it looks like. Every 2 months, as we do our book club, we're going to do a check-in the following day to just keep track on how we're doing. And hopefully I will not be off the wagon or off the horse, just keeping focused. And then lastly, I'm going to be doing my Enrich challenge. So this year, I'm going to be like a Marie Kondo. I'm going to declutter, yes. I'm going to reorganize and throw out some of my clothing, some of my stuff in my closet. I'm going to get it just, what makes me happy and what fits, but also what is still in style and what is that classic look. So I'm going to, declutter my closets and then declutter my office because God knows I have so much research and books in here. It's not looking pretty. So I want to give it a new facelift and a new look. Like one of our friends, her office was just amazing. So I want to keep it simple, elegant, and decluttered. So those are my challenges that I'm going to commit to, and I'm putting it out to the universe here. I'm putting it out to my leaders, to our viewers, and we're here to support one another. So if we fail, guess what? We get back on that horse and we get right on track again. So thank you, my beautiful leaders. And now I'm going to showcase Miss Rosario. I want her to talk to us about her Enrich challenge. So thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. And I have to commend you because Marie Kondo, I'm a big fan, and I'm one of those that if it doesn't bring me joy, get rid of it. So I am going to be definitely there for you, encouraging you every step of the way. So Enrich Challenge is really all around lifestyle, self-care, mind, body, and soul, and also your home care, which Vanessa shared. She's going to do her home, and also prosperity, right? Like your wealth and building it. And there's nothing to be ashamed of when you're looking at wanting that for yourself, your home, or your family. But in my particular case, I decided to run with Lifestyle Self-Care Challenge, part of the enrichment category. And it's really all around my annual healthcare plan. Right? So we talk about what's important to us as a woman or those men that support women. And for us as a female is the mammograms, making sure that our mammograms are done in time, making sure we do not forget about them and or advocate for ourselves because there have been some changes within the medical arena or insurance. I won't get into all those details. We all have different plans, different doctors, but the biggest thing that I would recommend is making sure we advocate for ourselves. If something does not feel right or well, then we need to make sure that we advocate and, hey, doctor, this is what I'm feeling. I want to take care of this. Can you please help me? The other thing is your womanly checkups, making sure you get those on time. Or for myself, I'm going to make sure I get mine done on time. Dental care, so we have a beautiful smile, and skincare. That's also very important. Why? Because that builds our confidence. Yes?
I did want to bring up, I actually did my mammogram last year, and time goes really quickly. And I'm in Pasadena, so I did with Huntington Hill, and they had a sale going on with or without insurance. It was $99. So I encourage everyone to look at resources if you have insurance or do not have insurance. There's plenty of clinics and organizations as well that will advocate on a budget or for free. So please do your due diligence and look for that information because our health is so vital, especially right now with the pandemic, as we're seeing with this influx of more cases with coronavirus. But definitely the self-care is critical. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents in since I just went yesterday.
And
that's
you're right,
so
Vanessa.
important. Absolutely. It's really important to bring up. And you wanted to add something, Chantal?
Yeah, no, especially for those that are kind of within the cusp of being within range of qualifying for the mammogram, take that into consideration as you plan out your year, because then you would be entitled within that certain age group. So consider that. I was recently taken back to know that your annual checkup when it comes to a mammogram or your pap smear, it's now every 3 years. So just think of that as just know that you're not subject to those types of restrictions. You could still suggest an annual checkup if so be it. But just know all of that as you consider, your 2021 health challenge. Just do a little bit more research on that. Like Vanessa said, there's some amazing already clinics and hospitals that are offering some of those benefits to those that are not insured. So we just want to share that wealth with all of you.
Awesome. Thank you for adding that value. And also, we talked a little bit about skincare. There's nothing wrong with that because that does tend to build a lot of our self-confidence, right? And our beauty care, whatever that may be. We don't need to know, but whatever makes you feel good. So the other thing I'm also participating in is in the education challenge, the book club. I am extremely excited. I am not one that am an avid reader. I like to be read too. So I leverage Audible, and I definitely love to listen to books. And many times I actually have my book and Audible, and I do both simultaneously. So whatever that is for you or means to you, go for it. And for me, it's going to definitely be the book club. And then empowerment for me is walking 3 times a week. That is definitely going to build my confidence, and I'm excited about it to really participate in this challenge. So with that, I will turn it over to Chantal, who's going to talk a little bit about the empowerment challenge, and I'll turn it over to Chantal, who has been a big influencer in my life and who constantly validates me as a woman leader. So take it away.
I love you. You know I do, girl. So with that, what I love hearing about Vanessa's challenge, whether it comes to the Enrich, she's going to do the Marie Kondo, right? So clearly there's no perfect challenge. It's whatever you realize there might be a gap that you really want to satisfy for that 2021. Like, you know what? I need to declutter. Boom. Vanessa's doing the Marie Kondo. And then Rosario, she's going to do the empowerment challenge. She wants to empower herself when it comes to the health aspect. And it's about walking 3 times a week. Again, it's all about baby steps. There's no specific challenge. It's just something that you could set your mind on. It's all about those baby steps to making it happen. And so for the empowerment on my end, it's going to be very similar to Vanessa's in the sense of eating and drinking mindfully. And I will tell you that for me, it's really, when I say drink mindfully, I really want to consume those 100 ounces of water a day, right? But maybe I'm not going to start off immediately with 100 ounces a day. Just FYI, they do sell some of those tumblers that are like 20 ounces. Just know you need to bring in those 5, right? But eventually I may not be immediately hitting those 5 off the bat. It's all about baby steps. So I'm going to be doing, 20 ounces and hopefully gradually increasing that to the 40 ounce, to the 60 ounce. And my goal is to eventually get to that 100 ounce consumption a day. I will tell you, I've seen some extraordinary results. Some of my very dear girlfriends that have been committed to, again, drinking mindfully. So that's one. The other one too, I will say with this pandemic, I'm probably guilty of maybe consuming a little bit more alcohol or whatnot, to get past all of this. But needless to say, with that, I want to just be real mindful of just, eliminating that pretty much altogether, I would say Monday through Friday or whatnot. And then committing again to just eating very mindfully, like Vanessa said. How about baking, broiling, steaming, eliminating what would be those fried foods, which yes, indeed, they do taste well, but they're not as healthy. And I will tell you, my goal with that is to really help monitor and control my cholesterol, because believe it or not, I'm guilty of the high cholesterol. So with that, that's going to be something that really has a lot to do with that as well. And also just walking. I will say, I recently went on a RV experience with the family. We did a lot of walking, and believe it or not, those additional steps that we were doing to walk the trails and all of that, we were walking easily within one given day, like over, 8,000 steps. And I will tell you, I slept so well that every night, just, oh my God, it was amazing. That restful, sleep It plays so much into our health and well-being. So with that, that's my commitment. And like Vanessa said, we'll be checking in and giving you guys updates on how we're progressing, and hopefully time will tell as we start shedding off the pounds, hopefully. Our Enrich challenge, you know, honestly, with Rosario sharing just the annual checkups, how well are we leveraging maybe even some of the applications? I'm with Kaiser. So I have the kp.org app on my phone, and it has all my information in terms of just from my dates and whatnot. I can schedule my appointments. I'm committed to 2021 to stay on top of that and benchmark those special dates and stay on top of my annual checkups for mammograms, you name it, the annual women's checkup, my dentist, right? I do go to the dentist every month because, believe it or not, I have braces, adult braces. But, you know, staying on top of that, I think it's truly relevant for your health. And for those that have, you know, buy supplements, you know, and you just store them and don't take them, start taking them. Be committed to taking those pills. If you're going to take those vitamins or their supplements or whatnot, put them somewhere where you're visually going to be going to them every day and ensuring you're taking them. That's my commitment for my Enrich challenge. The Educate challenge, I can't wait for February the 25th with Dr. Lois Frankel. Can't wait to check off how many of those, you know, probably just little things that we do at work that we don't realize. We're not going to get the corner office. Why are we not going to get the corner office? I want that corner office. So there with it, the Educate challenge, so please join us on our book club. But with that, I just want to pass it over to my amazing founder, Rosario, as we close out what would be just an amazing little LeadHER Talks 2020 farewell and into 2021.
Thank you, Chantal. And one of the things I will bring up is that 2020, we challenged ourselves as three girls who were just talking about, hey, you know what, we want to do something different. And it came all about as a result of the pandemic. LeadHER Talks would not be here if us three didn't challenge ourselves. It's scary. It's, you know, oh my goodness, we're going to get in front of the camera. We're going to be vulnerable. And being vulnerable is what you're getting from us three. So thank you, Chantal. Thank you, Vanessa, for challenging me. And I hope that I brought the same value to you. So with that, LeadHER family, LeadHER network, and listeners, if any of you are on the fence with participating in any of the challenges, I would like, and also Vanessa and Chantal would like to plant a little seed in a suggestion challenge. So this is a little itty bitty challenge, but very meaningful to us as your co-founders. We want you to please share with us any person you know who may bring some relevant information or value to all of you to educate, enrich, and empower not only yourself, but the rest of our LeadHER community. Please email it to us at leadhertalks@gmail.com and or comment below. We are so thankful for anything you will share with us, because ultimately it will impact and be available to our entire LeadHER community. But we do have a call to action. And the call to action going forward, let's start with this episode, is please repost and or share our videos, our episodes, because we would love to have more come into our network, more LeadHERs like yourself in 2021. And also become part of our, you know, of our, what we said is, hey, share what you want to hear, become part of the agenda of LeadHER Talks, what we're going to put out there to all of you. And we also want to wish all of you a very, very happy new year. We know that it wasn't the norm per se, or the typical new year, but we have so much to be grateful for, and we have to celebrate the wins, no matter how small or how irrelevant they may seem, because every win is a win. And if it's not, we are always learning. And so with that, we will always have that silver lining in all things. So thank you again for joining us. And we cannot wait for next week LeadHER Talks, which we will discuss vision boards. It's all about visualizing our goals. If you see it, if you over believe in it, it will happen. So with that, Happy New Year's. Thank you all, and happy 2021.
Salud,
Cheers to
everyone. Love
Happy
you
New
guys.
Year.
Love you, divas.
Love you.